Go on, tax yourself now on 4 with a round of countdown.
Hi, thanks very much indeed. Back again, of course, for a new week of Countdown, November the 4th. Traditionally, in these parts of the north, Mischief Night. That's when you went out under cover of darkness and set fire to other people's bonfires, which were all being, of course, made ready for the big day tomorrow. Latterly, of course, Mischief Night is now an excuse for lots of sort of awful, heinous crimes and things. But in the olden days, the good old days, Mischief Night was what it's all about. And here now is the lady that lights my fire, certainly. I'm sure yours too. Here she is. Did you know that about Mischief Night, Carol?
I didn't know. I mean, every night's Mischief Night with you, Richard. As we all know.
And the worst thing we used to do was put treacle on people's doorknobs. Do people still do that now?
Oh, you didn't.
Oh, we were very naughty. We were very naughty.
Good fun.
But let's now find out what fun and games we're going to get up to here. We're now in the second semi-final of this group, OK? Do you understand? Second semi-final of this group. Here are Supremes today, Barry Grossman and Brian Hudson. Well, Barry first. We had an amazing game on Wednesday when Barry from Cricklewood was leading Robert Violet by 31 points to 0 at half-time, but Robert staged a terrific second-half recovery, and Barry here was very relieved to come through by 48 points to 42 in the end. So it was a game of two halves, if ever there was one. Barry's 41. He was the champion of Series 21. His record now stands at 9 wins out of 11. He amused us all last time he was on with quite a witty introduction to me, and I gather now he has an equally witty one for Carol, so let's hear it.
Well, what we're going to do is a numbers game here, and it's a big total because we're trying to work out the number of times Carol's been on television. So we start with Countdown, that's the big number, of course.
Yeah.
Then we add on the paranormal thing, then we add on the chess championship, then we add on Tomorrow's World, but take that off again very quickly, because we don't really talk about that. And you end up with more hours than anyone except the little girl that plays noughts and crosses on the test card. But if you look very closely, I think that might be her as well.
Yeah,
but worth every minute of it.
Excellent, Barry. Well done. Barry Grossman. And here's Brian now. Brian's from Stockport. Now, Brian looked to be on his way out, quite frankly, in the quarter-final against Mandy Hale on Thursday, until he spotted the conundrum after 25 seconds to level the scores. And then there was an extra time conundrum, which he got uncannily. So he came out on top by 58 points to 43. He's 51, a textile sales executive. He was champion of Series 4 way back in 1984. He now has a record of 8 wins out of 10, and I think he's just recovered from his son's 21st at the weekend, have you?
Just. I think.
Yeah.
I hope.
You've got all the French polishing done after all.
Yes.
All the kitchen. OK, well, good luck to you, Brian Hudson. Well, on his return to Dictionary Corner, our guardian of the dictionaries on Friday hit winning form immediately with a 9-letter word, endocarps. Endocarps, the innermost layer of a fruit. Well, he laid it on us again with the 7-letter winner, midwife. So he's expecting to deliver more today. Geoffrey Durham with Susie Dent. Here they are.
I've had the weekend to get over my first experience with these Supremes. They're very good, aren't they?
They're terrific.
Yes, absolutely. We sit here in trepidation knowing whether...
OK, well, let the trepidation begin. Barry, off you go.
Right, consonant, please.
OK, Barry. T.
Consonant.
V.
And consonant.
L.
A vowel, please.
A.
Another vowel.
O.
And another vowel.
Another vowel. O.
Consonant, please.
S.
A consonant.
M.
And a vowel, please.
And a vowel. And A.
Was a moose loose about this hoose? Here we go. Well, Barry, what do you say to that?
Just 5.
You're saying a 5, yes, Brian?
Yes, the same.
How
5.
interesting. Okay, well, Brian's 5 is
Salvo.
a salvo. Yes, a salvo. Yours, Barry?
Ovals.
Ovals. Ovals, salvos. Stuck on 5, Geoffrey.
Yeah, absolutely. We're stuck on 5 as well. Moats. I mean, I thought there was vermousse at one point. It's got an E on the end, hasn't it? Anyway, there we go.
Okay, well, let's move on from that. 5 and 5 to you, Brian, for your selection, please.
Consonant, please, Carol.
L.
And again, please.
T.
And again, please.
And another one, Brian. N.
Consonants. Again.
A consonant, sorry. Wrong box. You think I'd know by now, really. G.
Vowel.
E.
Vowel.
U.
Vowel again, please.
O.
Consonant.
D.
And a consonant, please.
And a consonant, okay. Thinking about that one, and that's L.
Thank you. Let's start the round by pressing the button. Yes, Brian.
7.
7 for Brian. Barry?
7.
Right. Barry's 7.
Tongued.
Tongued.
Tongue with a D.
Tongued with a D. Tongued, okay. And Brian?
Yes, I've got tongued as well.
Tongued is fine. It could either be an inflection of the verb or it could be the adjective. Both are there. Well done.
And lounged.
Right.
There is as well.
Yeah.
And with the ultimate in wisdom of hindsight, we've just noticed that there was almost last time, which would have been a 6.
Ah, yes.
But we had
okay.
about 4 minutes to do it in.
Okay, but tongued is there
Yeah.
for this one. Tongued. Good. So, scores go on, 12 and 12. And Barry, letters from you, please, sir.
Consonant, please.
Thank you, Barry. P.
And a vowel.
I.
Consonant.
S.
Vowel, please.
O.
Consonant.
T.
Another consonant.
G.
And a vowel.
A.
Consonant, please.
P.
And consonant, please.
And another consonant. And H.
Thanks, Barry. That's your choice. Here we go. And Barry.
7.
A 7. Good, Brian.
Only 6.
Ah, right. Now the 6, Brian.
Is patois. P-A-T-O-I-S.
Yes, well, that is a nice word, isn't it? Patois. But it's only 6. Now, what's the 7?
Stopgap.
Stopgap. One word or hyphen?
That's exactly the question. Let's have a quick look. Stopgap is one word. Well done. No
Great.
hyphen there.
Let's look at that.
Yeah.
Stopgap. Yes, well done. Well done for 7. Good. Geoffrey.
I have to be absolutely honest, we didn't get stopgap. We did get goatish, which is there for 7. But stopgap's wonderful.
It is. Very good indeed. Well done, Barry. That's excellent. So put you slightly ahead there. 19 and 12. 19-12 has gone to the numbers game, and numbers to be chosen by you, Brian.
One large one, please, Carol, and then 5 any other small ones.
But the smaller ones.
Yes, please.
From the...
It doesn't matter, whatever you like.
Wherever I want, as long as they're nice.
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's see what we have then. 4 and 2 and 1, 3 and 9 and 50. And the target is 514.
So we want 514, and the time starts now. Yes, 514, please, Brian.
Yes, 514.
I thought to say Barry.
514.
Okay, Barry, 514, please.
9 plus 1 is 10,
Yes, 9 plus 1 is 10.
times 50.
Excuse me, it's 500.
Then 4 times 3 plus 2.
12.
And
Add
then
the whole
1.
lot together?
Yeah.
514, yeah.
Okay, is that your way, Brian?
Well, most the same. I said 3 plus 4 is 7 times 2 to get,
Yes,
to get
very
the 14.
Good. Okay, very good.
Good. Okay, chaps, well done. 10 points for you both there, so that brings it up to 29 and 22 at the end of part 1, so you can have a bit of a breather there, and we'll hand over the entire proceedings to Mr. Geoffrey Durham.
This is a puzzle that must be, at least 120, 130 years old, because it was thought of by Lewis Carroll, who was a great puzzle inventor, as you probably know. It's done with 2 glasses. This glass contains 50 ladlefuls of brandy. There's the ladle. And this one contains 50 ladlefuls of water. Now, what I do is this. I take a ladleful of brandy, and without spilling any, I put that in there and stir. Now comes the interesting bit. What I do now is I take a ladleful of the mixture, and without spilling any, take that and put that in there and stir. Now, here's Lewis Carroll's question. Has more brandy been transferred from here to here, or has more water been transferred from this glass to that glass? There's a bit to think about there, and the answer is a little surprising. I'll give it to you after the break.
Okay, it's not to do with sort of chemicals or
Oh, no.
specific gravity or anything. It's
Nothing like that.
Okay.
It's a simple question
It's a
of
good
measurement.
old-fashioned puzzle. Okay. Because what we all want to know is who's going to get to drink the brandy. But that will be not for a while or two. Okay, we'll take a break. We'll see you in part 2. Thank you.
Love changes everything.
My brand new recording of Love Changes Everything, as well as another 14 of my favourite songs from the world's greatest musicals,
Yes, it could. Something coming, something
including West Side Story, Les Miserables, and The Phantom of the Opera, together on one album simply called The Musicals. I loved recording them. They have great memories for me, and I hope they will for you.
Go on, get on, go on. It's Sunday morning, and I'm preparing my favourite breakfast. The main ingredient has to be shredded wheat. Fresh out of the packet, just 100% whole wheat with no added sugar or salt. And then, only 'cause it's Sunday mind, I add just the top of the milk. And I sit in my favourite chair. Oh well, I don't mind another chair, but I wouldn't want another cereal. No added sugar or salt, just 100% whole wheat taste. Shredded wheat and bite-sized too. There is no better cereal.
With Neutrogena's new long-lasting dandruff control, there's none of this, and none of that, just this.
Neutrogena's patented ingredient means it's more effective at controlling dandruff for longer, so you use it less often. At last, a dandruff shampoo that lasts. That's deadly. What is it that people like about BT's Friends and Family?
Friends and Family is so easy to join and you can't lose out.
The perfect service for us.
I spend a lot of time on the phone to Russell on his mobile phone.
You can save 10% with BT's Friends and Family. Call 0800 05 55 55.
I'd recommend it to anybody.
I've been working in Saudi Arabia, so any communication with family members was a real treasure.
I just don't feel so guilty when I have that hour-long phone call to my friend.
It's good to talk.
Well, I tell you, this brandy job's got us all thinking and arguing, and everyone in the audience thinks they've worked it out, and apparently they haven't, have they, Geoffrey?
Well, we've been having a bit of a debate, haven't we? You see, the thing, Lewis Carroll was an amateur magician, and he really knew how to confuse you. And the fact that it was a mixture of water and brandy that went from here to here is actually what confuses you. The point is that there were 50 ladlefuls of liquid in each of these glasses to start with, and there are 50 ladlefuls now. And the volume of brandy that's missing from here has gone over here, and the volume of water that was missing from here is now over there. So actually, it's the same amount of liquid transferred from one to the other in each case. But it doesn't seem that way because he was so good at inventing a puzzle. I love that one. Hope you did.
Yeah, good. Food for thought, or indeed drink for thought anyhow. So there it is now. Well, we've got to get thinking now what we're going to do in the next 5 rounds, because it's very close. We're looking for a finalist for this group. Barry Grossman on 29, Brian on 22. So, Brian, letters, please.
Consonant, please, Carol.
Oh, dear, that's a good start. X.
And a consonant again.
R.
And a consonant.
And T.
And a consonant.
S.
And a consonant.
And N.
And a vowel.
E.
Another one, please.
A.
And another one, please.
O.
And a consonant,
And
please.
a consonant. Okay. Oh, dear. And Z.
Well, it had to come sometime. And Brian, yes.
7.
7 for Brian. And Barry?
7.
7 for each. Brian, 7.
Senator.
Senator, yes. Barry?
Treason.
Treason. Treason and senator. Yep.
Yep. Anagrams of each other, and it was the best we could do as
Good,
well.
okay. So senator and treason. There's senator, of course. And treason, topical, of course, with Tomorrow in View. Gunpowder, treason and plot. So that's treason. Okay, 7 apiece there. Move on, 36 and 29. Move on to you, Barry.
Consonant, please, Carol.
Thank you, Barry. D.
And another one.
B.
And a vowel, please.
E.
Another vowel.
A.
Consonant.
T.
Consonant.
S.
Consonant.
L.
And a vowel, please.
U.
And a consonant.
And a consonant, thank you. And W.
And the countdown starts now. Time, so Barry?
8, I think.
Ah, saying an 8. Now then, Brian, can you match that?
Well, I see an 8, but I'm not going to risk it. I've only got 6.
Ooh, right, well, okay, so 6 is...
Wasted.
Yes, wasted. Wasted, now, an 8.
Is it sublated? Is that a word?
I don't think so, actually, Barry. It's worth double-checking because it's an important point. But no, it's not in there. Bad luck.
No. Now, what was your 8 that you were looking at?
Dustable.
No dustable.
Okay.
Everything's dustable, really, isn't it?
So what do you say, Geoffrey?
There are a couple of 7s that we got, blasted and saluted. But that was our best.
Yeah. Well, good under the circs. Quite good, isn't it? Blasted and saluted. So, well, that's interesting. That brings it almost neck and neck again. 36 and 35 with 3 rounds to go. And a letters game from you, Brian.
Consonant, please.
Thank you, Brian. F.
And again.
C.
And again, please.
And L.
And again.
D.
Vowel, please.
I.
Another vowel.
O.
Another vowel.
E.
A consonant.
V.
And a consonant, please.
And a consonant. And D.
Thank you. Let's kick off the clock. So now I come to you, Brian, to say...
Yes, I only got 6.
And only 6. Now, Barry.
6.
6. Barry, 6.
Coddle.
Who?
Coddle.
A coddle. As in coddled egg.
Yeah.
Anyway, coddle. Coddle. Brian?
Coiled.
And coiled.
C-O-I-L-E-D.
Coiled and coddle.
6 was our best as well. Folded is there as well.
Yeah, that was it.
Now, scores 42 and 41. 2 rounds left. Numbers now from Barry.
Can I have 2 off the top, please?
2 off the top.
And
okay.
any other 4.
And 4. Righty-ho. We have 2 and 8, 10 and 7, 50 and 25 from the top row. Do lots with those 2. And the target is 602.
Okay, 602. Let's see if you can do it. Well, 602, Barry.
602.
And you, Brian?
And 602.
Okay, Brian, let's have your 602.
50 plus 25 is 75.
It is indeedy.
Multiplied by 8 is 600.
It is.
Plus 2.
Plus 2, lovely. 602.
Yes, and Barry?
Exact same.
Exact the same. No, right. Well, I believe that because they're absolutely neck and neck, or, well, not quite neck and neck. It's sort of neck and collar, if you like, I suppose. But it's 52 and 51. No game for the faint-hearted. So this is now the big one. So please now reveal today's countdown conundrum. Well, mixed feelings for both. Brian, you're going to kick yourself here.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Frostbite. So it wasn't to be. The seconds ticked away for Brian. So different emotions there, of course. Frustration for Brian. Relief for Barry. 52 points to 51. Could hardly be closer, but a place in tomorrow's final for Barry Grossman. Well done, Barry. Okay, well, Brian, I'm afraid that's it. A great track record of Countdown over the years. 8 wins out of 11 games, but great performance. But sadly, off you go now with our best wishes and our little Countdown Supreme trophy. So thanks very much indeed here to Brian Hudson. So the scene is set now for the final of this group. We're in Group C, our third group now, and Barry Grossman's going to be in that final, and of course he's up against Harvey Freeman. So that's the lineup for tomorrow, so we very much hope you'll join us for that. In the meantime, it's a case of saying goodbye to you, Geoffrey.
Bye-bye.
And Susie.
Bye-bye.
And fancy a cuddle?
Or a bit of mischief, even.
A bit of mischief.
Tonight's the night, Richard.
Tonight's the night. Well, those days are over, really.
Oh, yeah.
Once yearly and nearly, I'm afraid it is now, and I don't think it's tonight. Anyway, but tomorrow is a big day for all of us with our final of this group, so we'll see you then. So until then, goodbye.
On 4 Next, diet horror stories. You have been warned in the Montel Williams Show.